network.
English. Oh, God, that was tiring. This is the desk where Pacey lost his virginity. And where every guy always wanted to go in high school. The all-important girls' room into the science lab. Isn't that how most girls' rooms are in high schools? This is our brand new cafeteria. This used to be a stage, or a set on a separate stage. But now we've kind of amalgamated into one whole thing. Makes shooting go faster. Quite nice, isn't it? Don't you remember these days? God, I hated the cafeteria in my school. I spent about 10 minutes in my cafeteria my entire high school career.
There may be flocks of females lining up for Josh's autograph, but at the end of the day, it's memories of the cold, white north that really warm his heart.
Vancouver, Wilmington. It's the whole map! I can't even get phone service back home. They don't have that much cable. I live in the big pink thing above America. It's a sad, hard road. And that's your lesson for the day.
It is right now 3:15 in the morning in Wilmington, North Carolina. Everybody's a little tired, but to keep up crew morale at this ungodly hour, we all like to get naked. So stay tuned.
It seems Michelle Williams has been mugging for the camera since before she could walk. With her early love of Halloween costumes and fishy props, Michelle seemed destined for her future roles in Halloween H2O and on Dawson's Creek.
Drama comes easier for me. For some reason, it's sort of an easier place to go.
Michelle plays Jen Lindley, the baby blonde bombshell of Cape Side, a troubled teen with a racy past.
Both Grams and Dawson officially think I'm a slut. You know, between you and me, I don't even know what the big deal is.
Michelle's character Jen gets mixed reactions from the show's young female fans. Some see her as a kindred spirit.
Girls will come up to me like in tears saying like, I totally understand what you're going through and everybody thinks I'm a slut too at my school, but I'm not.
But her sex kitten character makes other girls get a bit catty.
I don't like Jen. Jen is really into herself. She's really kind of almost conceited. Jen, oh God. Don't like Jen. Jen would be a hoe.
It's strange, I mean, there really is sort of a familiarity, I think, when you're on TV, in that girls will come up to me and sort of unable to separate between me and Jen.
Although she's the youngest cast member, Williams is smart, sassy, and wise way beyond her 18 years.
Do a lot of antique hunting, a lot of cooking for myself on the weekends because I'm such a nerd. You read a lot of books.
Michelle says she's 18 years old, but I don't believe it for a second. I think she's like 50. I think she just had the most amazing facelift ever.
She's a very intelligent and worldly girl for being, she just turned 18, and I'm very impressed by her, and she's a wonderful talent.
In Kevin Williams' word, she's on fire. She's amazing this year. She knows her stuff. She's a much stronger woman, and she's just going out there kicking ass and taking numbers. She's doing really well.
Well, I think that one of us is bound to go to the White House. You know, I mean, how else do you top the whole Pacey-teacher relationship than, you know, Jen the intern?
Michelle's funny. She's got a funny sense of humor. She's very, like, quick. She'll, like, throw out these remarks, and it's just like, oh, my God, where'd you come up with that? So she's fun.
For a girl that's never at a loss for words, ironically, Williams got the part on Dawson's Creek by uttering just two.
And she just said, hello, Daddy. That's all. Hello, Granddaddy. That's all she said was, hello, Granddaddy. And from that moment on, she had the part.
Morning, Granddaddy.
I did a terrible job, I thought, at the final audition, and was a wreck afterwards, and I wrecked my car and ran into a gas pump, and it was like the worst day, and I just thought it was cursed, and I'd never hear from him again, and then I got the call.
She took our breath away. She walked into the room, and literally, she took us to a place that a lot of actresses can't. She took us to a core. She cut straight to the heart and the pain of Jennifer. And so there was no one else to see she had the part.
But despite her beauty and talent, Michelle remains refreshingly modest.
Being in Wilmington, it doesn't give you much of a chance for it to go to your head because you're so far removed from hype and all the attention sort of surrounding the show. I think that's why you feel geeky, you know? Like seeing your face on the cover of a magazine makes me feel like the biggest geek in the world. Because it's weird. It's weird. It's just not healthy to see your picture in places when you're not really used to it, and I'm still trying to get used to it.
And Michelle is still trying to get used to working long hours, but a late-night snack always helps perk her up.
This is the craft service table, and this is where everybody congregates since it's, 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. This is the fruit basket. Nobody ever eats out of this. You got to go for candy or cookies at this hour, but really most of the excitement is happening in the craft service truck, where there's shelves and shelves of food. Oh, here's my cookie bin. Here's my cookies. So we got some Famous Amos. Those are always good. Fudge sticks. This is where you want to be. Oh, I don't know if you've tasted these gummy sweet tarts. Excellent. I'm going to take a pack of these for the road. What else you got, Reva?
Ah, the beauty of youth. Only an 18-year-old could eat like this at 3 in the morning and still remain a size 0.
Are you kidding me? I'm just gonna, go now. We'll see you later.
Hey, don't touch that dial, because when we come back, you're going to get to meet all the new kids like me who've moved into Dawson's Creek. I'm Meredith Monroe, and I'm playing Andy McPhee, and I'm one of the new kids who's shaking things up around here. Hi.
Meredith Monroe, Care Smith, and Monica Keena. These sexy new stars were sent to Cape Side to heat up the waters of Dawson's Creek.
We only have 4 characters. I mean, you can only do so much, so you bring 2 or 3 more characters in, and it's just it's a whole new show.
Andy McPhee.
Don't you guys love to dance? I am so excited about the homecoming dance next weekend.
The homecoming dance? My God, we're hanging out with Marsha Brady.
My first interaction is with Pacey, and we're like from the get-go, like oil and vinegar, just banter back and forth, back and forth. Then again, I guess we don't owe each other any explanations. I mean, we're just sparring partners, right? We don't mean anything more to each other than that. I'm kind of like the little sidekick that's always around and like causing problems in his life.
But it doesn't take long for Andy's winsome looks to catch Pacey's wandering eye.
This wonderful woman, Meredith Monroe, who's playing Andy, becomes kind of Pacey's reason for being. Of course not. How could you? I'm a witless boor.
Wolfish Claude.
Man, you can't kiss me.
Thought you'd never ask. He's a nice kisser. He's very gentle. He's very nice.
But Josh and James aren't the only catches in Dawson's Creek. Enter Care Smith, who plays Andy's brother, Jack. He's a heartthrob waiting to happen.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be a love interest. I'm not going to say who, but it's pretty obvious.
You really like her, don't you? Joey.
What makes you say that?
Well, I just don't think that any guy would take a punch like that for a girl he doesn't like.
Just can't say it because I'll get in trouble. But yeah, I'm gonna break some people up, make some people mad.
I know all about the
No, you don't.
No, you kiss somebody else. What else is there to know?
I'm hoping that people don't get mad at my character, but he's a really likable guy, so hopefully that won't happen.
But fans might get mad at Monica Keena, who plays the acerbic Abby Morgan. She's the girl you love to hate.
That sounds like Abby Morgan.
Well, who's Abby Morgan?
You've never met Abby Morgan? The girl's from hell, literally.
Monica appeared in 2 episodes during the first season. The producers liked her so much, they've brought her back full-time to stir up even more trouble.
Abby is not impressed with the other characters. She tries to bring out all the skeletons in their closet. Y'all can never be friends as long as you keep fighting over the same guy. Joey, it's obvious you're in love with Dawson.
Abby just might be the character to bring out Jen's inner bad girl.
That girl's had some work done. Brett sure doesn't seem to mind. Please. Brett Tompkins is a dim bulb with good hair and tight pants. A classic himbo. In other words, perfect. We just become friends. I encourage her to try to steal Dawson back from Joey, and I don't know, I guess I've become sort of a support system for her that none of the other characters have provided.
Now, plot them together like this. And you hold on to this. On every half hour to an hour, you excuse yourself to get touch up. Got it?
Joey's sisterly support comes from actress Nina Rapetta.
I play Joey's older sister, Bessie. You were late. Look, I'm in charge until you're 18 or Dad gets parole, whatever comes first. And we have to help each other out, Joey. That's just the way it has to be.
I'm sorry, ruined my good mood.
Joey's always, you know, catching my slack and taking care of my baby and helping me with work. And they're more of adults than even the adults, it seems.
Don't bother, I'll show myself out.
The kids are really the moral judges here. We're kind of like lost, you know, in our 40s. Oh my God, I just said we were in our 40s, in our late 30s. We're kind of lost without a handbook. And, you know, the kids have their lives coming together and they're trying to teach us stuff.
Mary Margaret Hume and John Wesley Schiff played the Learys, Dawson's hot-to-trot parents.
Shift. Your mom's on. Watching her work is the best foreplay.
I'm out of here.
Have fun.
True to her hormonally charged character, Mary Margaret had high hopes for her on-screen relationship with James.
When I first met James, nobody had been introduced to anybody, and in the first script, I was supposed to be having an affair with a younger man, and I saw this guy walking down the hallway, and I thought, oh my God, if this is the kid that I'm having the affair with, my life is good. And he introduced himself, and he said, are you on Dawson's Creek? And I said, yeah, are you? And he says, yeah. And I said, and your name is? He says, well, I'm James. And I'm like, James Vanderbeek? He said, yeah. I'm like, oh, please don't tell me you are my son. He said, hi, Mommy.
They talk about who's the wildest one on the show.
I'm not.
This character right over here.
For John and Mary Margaret, playing the parents of TV's most existential teens can be torture.
We hate it.
We hate it.
We hate it. We hate each other, too. Yeah, we want to go home.
No.
No.
It's a fun show. It is a fun show.
It is. It's so much fun because we all get along. There's not like one person on the crew or in the cast that, you know, doesn't love each other. And, you know, we do a lot.
I don't know if I go that
far. Shut up, I hate you.
All right.
If you have to be parents, this would be the show to be parents on, I would think.
You'll find out who the sexiest character on Dawson's Creek is. Who is it, baby?
Oh, it's Mr. Josh Jackson.
I love you guys.
It seems that lust flows freely through the waters of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, definitely. Sex is alive and well when you're 15, and so this show is about the teen experience. I don't think you could have it without talking about sex.
These cerebral teens may talk sexy, but they carry a big dictionary.
We start high school Monday?
Yeah?
And I have breasts. What? And you have genitalia.
I've always had genitalia.
But there's more of it.
How do you know?
Long fingers. I gotta go.
Overall, I don't think it's a show about sex. I think it's just a show about growing up and the interrelations between, you know, young people at that critical stage of life.
I just think our emerging hormones are destined to alter our relationship, and I'm trying to limit the fallout.
Yeah, we talk about sex a lot, and we joke about it, and the whole storyline last year with Pacey and Tomorrow was pretty controversial.
Let me tell you something, you blew it, lady. Because I'm the best sex you'll never have. I know we get in a lot of trouble for dealing with sexual discussions, sexual matters, anything to deal with sex.
You see my parents lately, it's disgusting. They're like, half the time they're making out or dry humping in the living room. You know, it's sad. I'm actually jealous of my parents' sex life. Sex is above me on the call sheet on this show.
Just look at it this way, Dawson. Repressing desire can only make it more powerful.
It's one big orgy here on the set of Dawson's Creek.
But for the most part, although these teenagers are thinking about sex and talking about sex, they're not actually doing it.
Well, of course not doing. You get married till you're 18, right? Right?
It really is tame. I mean, who has had sex on the show?
Oh, God, Mom, whoops.
Your mother and I were...
Just discussing whether or not...
Oh, we needed a new coffee table.
Sex plays a very big part, but it never happens. It happened like once last year. This year, however, everybody is gonna have sex. I'm pretty sure. I hope.
With all the heat this show generates, we decided to find out which character is considered, well, the hottest.
I think the sexiest character is also Pacey. He's a really good body. I think the sexiest character is Dawson. And why is that? He has good hair.
If you could date either Dawson or Pacey, who would you date?
Pacey. Probably Pacey because he seems taller.
I think the sexiest character is Dawson.
Pacey is hot.
I think Dawson is the hottest man on TV.
Pacey is fine. I would probably want to date Dawson because he seems more committed and stuff. And Pacey just seems like he would go with any girl.
They're both sexy in their own way. I mean, I would do either one of those boys if I were their age.
You date Pacey, you'd get your heart broken, and 5 years down the road, you'd come to your senses and you'd marry Dawson.
I got them all fooled.
And so it seems, in the mythical world of Dawson's Creek, the meek shall inherit the earth, or at least snag the babes.
They never go away, do they? You guys never leave. How long have you been here? Like 2 weeks? What more could you possibly want? You're really not all that interesting.
This is nerve-wracking. There's nothing fun about that. I'm losing my mind over here.
Hey, Katie. She's hiding. What's the matter? Say hi to E. No. Oh, she's coughing. Say hi to E.
Hi, E. Bye, E.
Hi, I'm... I got caught up at the my name part. That's not a good sign.
What is going on between us?
Boring little mini dramas. I'm gonna start tearing out my fingernails for relief.
Joey, he ain't seen nothing yet.
I want to let you know that you've got options. And I'm one.
And part of me wanted to send you off running. The other part of me wanted to hold you so tight.
Which part of you won?
You guys are completely sabotaging your high school experience.
Dawson's Creek, next Sunday at 12:10 on T4.
So there you go, you heard it from the cast themselves. The new series of Dawson's Creek starts next week, and it's gonna just be sex, 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 and more sex. One more reason to get up on a Sunday morning, if you get my meaning. Anyway, this is the first episode of the new series of Dawson's Creek, which we're gonna be showing next week right here. This is the actual episode, and don't bother phoning in, because I'm gonna be taking it home. It's gonna be staying with me alongside my Star Wars trailer that I've still got in my bedroom. I didn't know that, by the way. Anyway, you've just showed you a promo for the new series of Dawson's Creek off the back of Up the Creek. Now, I hope you're paying attention, especially if you want to take part in our biggest competition ever we've had on T4. The new series starts next week, and shortly afterwards, we're going to fly in some of the stars to visit Britain, and you could win the chance of spending an afternoon soiree with those stars. What we want you to do is make your own promo, your own trailer for Dawson's Creek. It can be anything you like. Make it about 30 seconds or less long. And you can use the stars in it as well. Basically, what we want you to do is we want you to make a trailer that will make people watch it and think, that looks great, I've got to watch Dawson's Creek on T4. Basically, there's 5 prizes to be won. 5 people will get the chance to meet the stars, and one ultimate winner will actually have their promo made up by a top Channel 4 director. It's a top prize. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, to jog your imagination, here's an idea that the Big Breakfast used earlier on this year to sell Super January.
It's coming. It's going to be big. Super January. 1 man. 3 of the hottest women on planet Earth. Super January. Don't miss it. Let's kick donkey. The Big Breakfast Super January starting next week.
There you go. Now, that was a really cunning way of using Johnny, but not using the program. They just had Johnny and some graphics and some great music. You can use that idea if you want, or you can use the stars from Dawson's Creek, the music, or you can use graphics or clips from the program itself. Put your ideas down on a bit of paper. Just let your imagination run wild. And you can also use a storyboard as well. Use pictures to describe what you want to happen in your promo. Remember, there's 5 prizes to be won. 5 people get to meet the cast of Dawson's Creek, and 1 person will have their promo made up by a top Channel 4 director. The address to send your entries to is T4, PO Box 444, London SW1P 2WD. T4, PO Box 444, London SW1P 2WD. And the details are also on the website, t4.channel4.com, and also on teletext. Fortel, page 325. Those details are going to stay there for a while. You've got 2 weeks to get your entries in. We're going to find out who the winner is on the 21st of March right here on T4. So good luck to everybody who takes part. Don't go away, though, because coming up after the break, I'm going to be chatting to Trevor Nelson from Radio 1. So I'll see you then.